All right, so as y'all know, guys, your boy Diddy is still taking over the news. So I want to talk about a few things that happened in court in the last couple of days. So if y'all recall, few years ago, maybe couple years ago, 3 years ago, there was a guy by the name of like Aunt Grizzly, Aunt Glizzy. That's the name here, as you can see on the bottom here. So he went on, he did a few interviews talking about how he witnessed Diddy dangling Wale over a 17th floor balcony in LA while they were in the studio with Cassie. So let me just go ahead and play the clip of him talking about it real quick before I give you the real person who was dangled by Diddy, because it was not Wale. All right, so let me just go ahead and play it. All right, this is it here.
You know, I wanted to ask you, man. I believe you and Shy were with Wale in the studio, and Diddy came in.
I was just in the studio one day. We was prepped by Wale. I was with Wale. I was with Shy, but we was going with Wale to the studio. Before we got there, prior to going to the studio, he had told us we got to be around Cassie, and Diddy don't really like people around Cassie. So watch the way we look, watch what we say, just stuff like that. Long story short, somebody gave Diddy the drop on the studio that Wale was in there working with Cassie, and they walked in there in the studio and hung Wale ass off a balcony and jacked him up, pressed him out. And that's how the story just went viral. Me and Shy seen it, but we ain't help him. We ain't help him at all. He was fluff. He was high than the rest, high than the rest of them because I seen his Nike boots.
Yo, he sounds like a little slow. My bad. But anyhow, man. So this story is fabricated. I mean, it's not true because Wale did deny the story, and also the actual person who was dangled by Diddy testified against Diddy in court. So let me go over what Wale said after this interview started going viral. So he said the slow demise of authentic journalism. I used to pray for gullible. Now I'm scared of them. All right. So they've been snitching for a story, not even caring about how it will affect someone. Wild trash. All right. Someone posted it here. I never entertained conspiracy theories, but I believe now that Diddy definitely got Tupac and Biggie out of here, cause all that shit they said he did with Cassie, Kid Cudi, Wale Dog. Y'all remember making the band? This my effort is ruthless. So the Wale thing, like I said, was fabricated. That wasn't not true because Wale didn't get dangled by Diddy. I thought about it too, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first heard about the story, the guy was an Aunt Glizzy. That was like maybe a couple years ago. This been going on the internet for a little while now, right? I partially believed it. I was like, oh damn, wow, that's kind of true because the way he told the story, I was buying it. I was believing it. But one part of me that didn't believe, I'm like, Wale ain't a pussy nigga. Wale ain't just gonna lay Diddy dangle him over the balcony like that. Listen, man. Wale got money too. Yeah, Diddy's richer, but Wale got money too. Wale is famous too, though. You know, he's a nigga. Like, you know, just gonna dangle me like that unless you have like guns on me, you put a gun on me. Yeah, I might be like, you know what, I saw good, man, because Wale ain't gangster like that, right? But he ain't pussy nigga at the same time, right? So I kind of believed it, but that's why you cannot trust everything you hear on the internet. You gotta take with a grain of salt, right? So Wale also responded it via, I think he went on the podcast. He was asked that question, and this is what he said, all right? So I have it here.
Your name was brought up in something with the Diddy situation.
Why are you asking me about that stuff?
I was going to say, to clear it up, you weren't involved in it.
I never got in an altercation with them. Yeah. I've never been in an altercation with nobody in the industry. Yeah. I've had close calls, but not him. Definitely. Like, it was made up by somebody who's just trolling and it just went.
Yeah, I know you are, because when they throw people's names in it, when you have nothing to do with it, I know that's like...
It's a topic to go... You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like, that's preposterous, man.
All right, man. So what is the point of even lying about this thing, though? A grown-ass man lying about another man, that's lame as a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. So Wale called it preposterous when asked if it's true that Diddy dangled him over a balcony for working with Cassie. All right, so like I said at the beginning, the actual person who was dangled by Diddy did testify in court against Diddy. Her name is Bana. I have a picture here. Bana Bongolan. So this is her here. She's Cassie's friend. I'm not sure if they're still friend or I'll say former friend or whatever it might be the case. So she was the one who was dangled by Diddy. All right. The reason being because she was selling drug to, or not even selling, I'll say she was giving drug to Cassie and Diddy didn't want it. Diddy basically wanted Cassie to get drug only from him. He didn't trust nobody. I mean, it's kind of like insane because I didn't know Cassie was into drugs like that. You know, back then when I look at Cassie, I'm like, damn, she's a sweet girl. You know, she's probably living her best life with Diddy. She's having so much fun. She's pretty. You know, I would never thought like Cassie even smoke weed. I ain't gonna lie to you though. I don't smoke weed myself. I never tried drugs and I'm not planning on doing it. That's for sure. But I would never thought Cassie was into those things. Never. And now me finding out about those freak-offs, them drugs, I'm like, whoa, you can never judge a book by its cover. That's for sure. So this is the girl here who was dangled. She looks Asian. All right. I think this is maybe the mom. That's not her. I don't know who's this girl here. All right, but that's the girl. I think that's her here. Yeah, that's her here. That's the mom, I believe. Let me see what she wrote. The most expensive therapy in my life. For the people who found me, I've been living in hiding since my last Instagram got deleted in July. I've been loving every minute of it. All right, so this is her here. So it shows Cassie's friend. So it was not Wale. That's for sure. All right. So speaking of Diddy still, like I said, Diddy still taking over the news, and he gonna be on the news for maybe the next 5 or 6 weeks until we find about the verdict. All right. So yesterday or the day before yesterday, the security hotel testified about Diddy saying that he got paid 100 bands just to get rid of the video. 100K for him to keep the video, never delete it. I mean, never publish or whatever might be the case. So he signed an NDA. But one thing about the feds, it don't matter if you sign an NDA. If you get subpoenaed, you have to tell the truth. So that NDA doesn't count. That's why sometimes I've been asking myself, like, yo, the NDA does it even count? Because if let's say you're doing something with somebody and then you made the person sign the NDA, and if you do something stupid during the course of you, like, you know, doing whatever you guys agreed on, if you do something illegal and stupid, that NDA doesn't count no more. So I'm like, is it really necessary to sign NDA? So Diddy paid the guy cash, 100,000 cash in a brown bag, and he told him that don't make any big purchases. Don't spend your money like that. And then later on, the guy kept in touch with Diddy. He started asking Diddy for a job. I'm like, you must be dumb as fuck, right? You get 100,000 cash, although you might not be able to put it in the bank, but you can definitely find ways for you to invest that money. You don't need to ask for a job. You don't need to work for Diddy, because it's even dangerous, because he knows that you have something on him. If anything, you guys are just disagree on something, you might just like release everything. And he told him that, yo, please don't put it out there because it's going to ruin my career, which actually is doing it right now. So I'm like, it's dangerous for you after getting his money and you know you have some secrets about him to try and get close to him. If anything, that benefit Diddy. That benefit him. Like, yo, he can easily kill you because he feels like, yo, this guy, he has something on me. he has something, so I cannot keep him around. So the fact that we were trying to get a job from Diddy, work for Diddy, that was just not a smart move. Also, I almost forgot, Diddy told Bana Bongo that she's the devil. I mean, he's the devil. He will kill her. I think I do have a video here. All right. Okay, that's the video, right? Let me see if I can put it back here. So this is pretty recent. All right. All right, let me see. Let me play here.
I'm the devil and I could kill you. Those are the words that Brianna Bonglin just testified that Sean Diddy Combs once threatened her with. Bonglin, a friend of Cassie Ventura, is on the witness stand right now testifying that the music mogul dangled her over a 17-story balcony. Bonglin testifying that the incident left her with bruises, neck and back pain, along with night terrors and paranoia. Combs has pleaded not guilty to all the charges and denies any wrongdoing. Legal contributor and trial attorney Brian Buckmeyer joins me now from outside court. All right, Brian, let's talk about her testimony here that Combs gave her and Cassie drugs as well. How could that impact her testimony?
Well, it's like anything else. When a person is under the influence, the question mark is whether or not they're seeing what's real or what's perceived. And while Combs is allegedly the one who provided Cassie and Brianna drugs, specifically cocaine, she's testifying that her and Cassie did drugs outside of the presence of Combs, that the relationship was based on getting designs for Cassie, but also doing drugs. Ketamine, marijuana, cocaine.
God damn.
To the point where
all
they
that?
tried to get off of drugs by cooking together, but had difficulty doing so. And in some of these events, like the one that you mentioned about being dangled off of the balcony allegedly, she herself says she doesn't remember if she took drugs or not. Something I think the defense is going to pounce on in terms of seeing whether or not she's really telling the truth or can perceive the truth based on what she's alleging Sean Combs did to her.
So what are prosecutors hoping Bonglin's testimony will help prove here at the end of the day?
Prosecutors are hoping to add yet another witness who can testify not just to violence as to them, but violence to Cassie, that Sean Combs will use threats, violence, and the like to try to control Cassie and try to control people around him. The fuel, if you will, towards a criminal enterprise that he is alleged to use force, fraud, and coercion to traffic individuals, including Cassie, and we're expecting this upcoming witness, Jane, as well.
All right, Brian, the jury could soon begin hearing testimony from a third victim as well. What are you looking for there?
Yeah, so this could be the third and possibly the final alleged victim to testify, because we still don't know if victim number 3 testifies. This person goes by the name of Jane, a pseudonym that they're testifying under. And from opening statements, we kept hearing Cassie and Jane, when we heard about the use of force, fraud, and coercion to traffic both individuals. Now, Jane comes after Cassie from a timeline from having a relationship with Combs from 2020 all the way up until 2024. And we're likely to hear, if the government is correct in their opening statements, allegations that Sean Combs controlled Jane in the same way that he did with Cassie, thus making out that criminal enterprise with a racketeering conspiracy and another charge of sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion. That's what we're expecting to hear as she takes a stand later today and likely testify up until mid or late next week.
All right, Brian, we'll keep checking in with you. Brian Buckmeyer, thank you. And you can catch our daily show on the trial.
Man, let me say this, man. If you haven't tried drugs in your life, good for you. Don't ever try it. If you tried it before, don't try it again. If you're doing it right now, find help to stop doing it, because it's not a good thing. I never heard any story about someone taking drug that something good came out of it. Never. Just think about it. Never. So it's never a good thing. So also, speaking on Diddy, people are talking about, oh, we don't see the crimes, we don't see the RICO case, oh, Diddy's innocent. Listen, man, this man, he ain't perfect, like all of us, but he has done something. The feds already got some crimes charges on him already, like the bribery, giving 100,000, that's a bribery. Arson, I think him burning down Kid Cudi's car. the drug trafficking, like the sex trafficking. No, sex trafficking, they haven't found it yet. But what is that? There's another one I forgot. But anyhow, man, I'll be shocked if Diddy's found no guilty, which I doubt it. I don't think he's gonna be found no guilty. He's gonna be guilty of something. He might not get life in prison, but he will get at least 10 or 30 years. That's for sure, though. Yeah, man, he did some of those things. Like, he did it. I know some of the people who have filed lawsuit against Diddy, they just want money. Some of the lawsuits were like baseless, like didn't make sense to me. But he has done a lot of bad things. I feel like Diddy has destroyed more life than he built. That's for sure. That's just my opinion, you know what I mean? But anyhow, man, that's all I have to say about this Diddy drama. We still got 5 more weeks to go, or maybe 6 more weeks to go. I'll be back whenever, there's an update. I'll break it down for you as a C students, or, in case you're kind of slow, man. Hey, anyhow, man, I'm out. I'll catch you next time. Peace out, family. I'm out.